Militarily Speaking, Episode 18, Fisher House.
This episode, we talk with Vat Garcia, manager of the Fisher House at Joint Base Lewis McChord, Madigan Army Medical Center.
So welcome, everybody, to Militarily Speaking. Boy, we're on episode 18, Jodi.
I know.
Let's say almost 17 too many with you. Brought to you by Armed Forces Bank. This is Tom McLean, and probably the perfect co-host, Jodi Vickery.
I know, it's about to eat after the 17 comment. Again, welcome to our show. We are excited, as always, to have you listening and learning about Fisher House today. I want to take just a second and introduce our guest, Vat Garcia. She joined the JBLM Army Fisher House in 2019 as the operations assistant and became the JBLM Army Fisher House manager in 2021. As a military spouse, we have that in common, to an active duty soldier in the Army, they have been fortunate to be stationed in other parts of the world, such as Korea, Germany, and Japan. Currently, she is working on her undergraduate degree in business administration with a concentration in data analytics and a focus on community organization and change. As the JBLM Army Fisher House manager, she considers this position to be more than just a job. She is committed to helping families in our military communities by providing compassionate support to those going through difficult situations. You know, I just say that, Vat, we've got a note here that you mentioned how inspiring and rewarding it is to hear the stories of the families that have used Fisher House and what it means to them. I can't imagine it's not a very easy job to get up and head into every day. I'd also note that you mentioned us that you're grateful to be part of the experience, and it's given you a deep appreciation for how the Army Fisher House gives back to the community. Since moving to the beautiful Pacific Northwest, where we decided a few minutes ago it was in fact warmer there than it is here, not hard to do today, she decided to take advantage of the great outdoors. Her hobbies include hiking, camping, and being a foodie.
A what?
A foodie. So I would embrace the foodie part of that. I'm not sure I would embrace the physical activity part.
Well, what is a foodie? Just someone that loves food?
Tell us what a foodie is, Vat. Tom doesn't know.
Foodie, you just go out and try new things and explore the culture around your area.
So kind of like you with concerts?
And movies, right?
Movies.
But, some people live to eat, some people eat to live. So I just eat to live.
Yes.
But that sounds like she lives to eat or try stuff.
Yes.
That's not like me.
No.
My foods can't touch each other. How about you, Jodi?
No, Tom orders the same turkey Tom sandwich every time.
Okay.
It's sad but true. Well, I would just like to say, after all of that nonsense, I'm glad you're still having disconnected.
Vat, you still there? Vat?
Welcome to you. We couldn't be happier to have you join today. And to kick us off today, for those that aren't familiar with Fisher House, could you tell our listeners a little bit about Fisher House and its mission?
Yes, thank you for having me here today, Tom and Jodi. I really appreciate it. The Fisher House Foundation was created by Zachary and Elizabeth Fisher, who learned that the military families were paying out-of-pocket costs for hotel while their loved ones were receiving medical care. The program expanded to support the Department of Veterans Affairs in 1992 at the suggestion of a VA nurse. So the Fishers envisioned a home away from home for our military families to have a comfortable place that will allow military and their veteran families from all branches of service to focus on the medical care and the recovery of their loved ones at no cost.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like I said, easy work to get up to every day.
I know. Those are those proud moments, too, knowing that you're doing such good work. So to take that a little bit further, Vat, tell us a little bit about the requirements or the eligibility when it comes to seeking opportunities to be at the Fisher House.
So if you or someone you love is receiving care at the VA or a military medical center, you can check out our current houses on our fisherhouse.org website to see if there's a Fisher House in your area. And for families to stay at the JBLM Army Fisher House, the patient must be a military ID card holder. You can either be retired, active duty, or reservist, National Guard member, or a family member. VA patients are also eligible. The patient must be receiving active treatment at Madigan Army Medical Center or surrounding medical treatment facilities. So we provide the basic comforts of homes, such as a private suite, beds to set up to accommodate family needs, such as either multiple twin beds or full beds, rollaway cribs for our families with little ones. Our facility is ADA accessible. Your room has a TV with internet access. You share common areas such as a dining room, and we also have a gourmet kitchen that is fully stocked with pantry items, pantry staples, pots, pans. You also have your own pantry compartment We also have the state-of-the-art refrigerators and sub-zero freezers, a family room with a large TV and plenty of seating, and a living room with a library with a laundry room and multiple washers and dryers.
Wow.
And also, yes, an outdoor patio.
A lot of great amenities. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, we also have the convenience of being close to the hospital, and we also take consideration of safety to our families. So access is limited to just staff and families at the Fisher House.
That's wonderful. I'm sure that's such a great stress reliever for families. I know when my husband was in the hospital for an extended stay, I actually had to pay for it, but I was at a hotel close to the hospital so I could get back. But just to get out of that environment for a little bit and decompress a little bit and have a change of scenery, I know there's huge value in that.
Right.
Vat, is it safe to say with all the other Fisher House, I know we're talking pretty much about the one that you manage up at Joint Base Lewis McChord, but so for Bliss and Bragg and Belvoir and the other locations where Fisher House, they've got the same mantra, the same eligibility, same requirements, same guidelines.
We have the same basic setup, but eligibility is different between Army and VA and also different criteria for the locations.
So our listeners, if they were to pursue one closer to where they live or where they might need that service, they would go to your website then and find out or contact someone at the Fisher House in that particular installation?
Yes, that's correct. For a referral to stay at the Fisher House, it would come from the patient's care team, which would be a case manager, social worker, nurse, or doctor. And then they would send that referral to a Fisher House manager.
Got it. I think our listeners are going to be anxious to hear about the stats about what you've done for our military families, especially during 2022. You want to share some of those stats and tell us how many families you served and maybe how many scholarships you have awarded and just inundate us with some stats and data. It'd be cool to hear it.
Of course. So for the fiscal year 22, the Joint Base Lewis McChord Army Fisher House has served 106 families, saving families an average of about $126 a night, which equates to about $220,000 for the year. We have an average length of stay of about 18 days. We've had 94 incredible angel volunteers who put in 286 hours of their service and time. Since 1990, we currently have 93 houses in operation. We served over 430,000 families and saved them approximately about $547 million in lodging and transportation costs.
When I read that, and sorry, Vat, I saw that number, that $547 million the other day, and I never would have guessed that would be that much in savings that you're providing, giving back to the families and saving them the expense and really the stress, as Jodi said, of just having to go through that. They make it carte blanche and take care of them so well, and that financial contribution is amazing.
Yes, we wouldn't be able to do this without our community donors and members of the community that help donate towards the Fisher House and the families.
Well, tell us about the angel volunteers.
Yeah.
You mentioned them. That caught my ear.
Angel volunteers can be like single volunteers or group volunteers or community volunteers that can put in service and time to help around general maintenance around the house, which is like outdoor cleaning or helping make a meal for the families or helping deep clean or service the area for the families.
And if somebody wanted to volunteer their time, do they find out how to do that on your website also?
Yes, through our website and also through any particular Fisher House, what they would need during that time. For example, at this time, we've had the Spouses Club come and help put up our Christmas decorations and fall decorations for Thanksgiving. So that's our current volunteer opportunities right now.
That's awesome. That gives me a free pass to put my Christmas tree up this week. I need a pre-recorded version.
I have the trees up by the windows. We're just waiting for Thanksgiving to be done so we can fully transition into Christmas magic.
Yeah, no, I love that. Yeah, I always have to wait until after my son's birthday, which is today, and then it's fair game. So this weekend we're doing it. Well, I love those statistics, Vat. It also looks like you have programs that are available for military spouses and military kiddos. Would you tell us a little bit about some of those? I know you're a spouse yourself, so I imagine that's near and dear to your heart.
Oh, yes. The Fisher House Foundation has the Heroes Legacy Scholarship, which is geared towards college scholarships for children of service members who have died or become seriously ill in the line of duty since 9/11. There's also scholarship funds for military spouses that can be used towards degrees, certifications, continuing education credits, and business expenses. Another college scholarship is offered for children of active, reserve, and retired service members. So far, we've awarded over $35 million in scholarship and helping over 14,000 military children.
That's amazing all by itself.
These best kept secrets that we hear about on podcasts are pretty cool.
It is amazing.
Yeah. Your website, Vat, also details something called Hero Miles. You want to talk about that program?
Yes, the Hero Miles have been a great program for our families. They partner with Alaska Airlines, Delta Airlines, Frontier, and United Airlines. It enables our heroes and their loved ones to balance home and hospital life. It's used for wounded, injured, or ill service members to take leave back to home, and also used to fly their loved ones to see them at the medical treatment facility. It's also used for loved ones to attend the dignified transfer of remains at Dover Air Force Base. If you'd like to donate your miles, head to the website and choose which airline you'd like to donate to.
What's that website again?
It's www.fisherhouse.org.
We're just going to keep asking you to say that, okay?
Imagine it will be in the post that we share about the podcast. That was the piece I was missing. So people that travel all the time that accumulate who knows how many thousands of miles, they can go on and donate those for this use. It sounds like, which is wonderful. Sometimes that I know there might not always be a Fisher House available, and you have a program called Hotels for Heroes. Can you talk to us about, is the way that a family would engage in that the same as what you described for a location where you do have a Fisher House, where it goes through their primary care for a referral, or how does that work if it's a Hotel for Heroes setup?
The Hotels for Hero program is for example, if we are full at the Fisher House, we'd use those hotel points to put a family in a hotel at no cost.
Just in the surrounding area, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, within a few miles if you can, yeah.
Does that exist in areas where you might not have a Fisher House at all? Or would it just be local to a Fisher House?
It would be around a Fisher House.
Okay.
That makes sense. Thank you.
And I think the goal, isn't it, to try to get to 100 Fisher Houses at some point? Is that the goal?
Yes, so actually we are on the road to 100 Fisher Houses. So right now we have one in construction in Columbia, Missouri. It's been in construction since July. This will be the third VA Fisher House for that state, and that can support about 16 families when the construction is complete. And then we have one in North Chicago, Illinois, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and San Antonio, Texas that are in the design stage.
Wow. What's your number now that you have
93.
open? Okay. So that road to 100, that road's getting shorter and shorter.
Knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Knocking on the door. Can people donate their hotel points like they can miles for airlines?
Yes, they can definitely donate their hotel points. Again, if you head to our website at www.fisherhouse.org, you can choose to donate your hotel points that way.
Okay, great.
And then I also wanted to add that we partner with Best Western, Choice Hotels, Hilton, and Marriott, and the Wyndham Hotels.
Well, we go back a little ways with Renee and Miwa and some of our folks up in Joint Base Lewis McCord over the years. We as a bank at Armed Forces have donated both funds, but also we take a lot of pride in donating the items to your organization too. And that's something we've done there. It's something we've done at Fort Bliss as well. And we're proud to be a partner of yours and a supporter of yours too. So there are plenty of ways, I'm sure, that companies as well as civilians can support or volunteer or get involved or do things that will help your cause. And do you want to talk a little bit about how you can get involved or how you can become a monthly donor?
Yes, I'd like to take a moment to shout out to Renee and Miwa at Armed Forces Bank.
Now they're going to get a big head, and they're part of a podcast forever. Yeah. So that's okay. Renee, Miwa. Okay, go.
They're amazing, lovely. I really appreciate all the help that they've given us. And if there are others who would like to get involved and donate to the Fisher House, we have fundraising events. You can donate. You can also donate by mail or online. You can donate your airline miles or your hotel points. You can become a monthly donor and pledge a specific amount every month. Another way to donate is that you can make a donation in memory of a loved one with a tribute page, or you can engage in corporate giving like, Renee and Miwa have, where they can partner with the Fisher House and give back.
Should we give everybody your cell number and then they can just call you and tell you what they want to do to help?
Or Venmo.
Yeah. Or Venmo, yeah.
You can either donate specifically to our house at the www.fisherhouse.org website, or you can head to our Facebook page, the JBLM Army Fisher House Facebook page. Please like and share us, and you can always email or call our facility also.
I've noticed on social media, Pat, that you are always so thankful and gracious for people that do support you. We shout out to the military widows and the DAR, the MOAA, the Protestant Chapel, and all the other organizations that have reached out to help. And so I appreciate you. I appreciate you appreciating organizations that help you.
No, I really do appreciate our community members near and far, just because without them, we wouldn't be able to make the Fisher House a home away from home for our families.
Well said.
Before we wrap up that, I would just give you an opportunity if there's anything else that you'd like to say or let us know, something we might not even think to ask about the Fisher House that you think would be important for our audience to hear from you.
Okay. Again, I would like to thank you for having me on this podcast and providing information to our community about Fisher House. I'd also like to thank the community near and far for their donation, time, love, and meals that have been provided to our families. Our donors' generosity has been such an honor, and providing a safe and comfortable environment for our families to heal and be with their loved ones. And if anyone in the area would like to have a tour at the Fisher House, please call or email us to schedule a tour. I think showing the Fisher House and how it impacts our family is like the best way to give thanks to our donors.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. I think when people hear the actual individual stories, they can't help but want to get involved, to be sure. But we're so grateful that
I'm going to interrupt you, can I?
Of course he is.
You're always pretty humble about what you do, and you like to work behind the scenes and take care of all the families. But there are a couple of quotes I wanted to tell you from some of the guests that have stayed at Fisher House. I just want to share a couple of them with you, okay? So thank you for all that you do. I was so scared when I checked in, but it was an incredible blessing to stay at the Fisher House while I supported my brother to become hopefully more on the road to full recovery. The love and care for all will never be forgotten. Please watch over my brother quietly, and I hope to see you one day with a smile to match that of a full recovery for my brother. So thank you to everyone for the great work you do and the great support you've provided. And one more was, thank you for all that you do. It's a blessing to have a facility like this. Just know that your work is appreciated, and we are forever grateful. So I got to believe there are quotes and comments and testimonials and handwritten letters and people putting on social media about what the Fisher House means to them, has meant to them, and will continue to mean for them in the future. So a job well done, Vat.
Thank you. Thank you for reading those testimonials that really touched my heart.
Me too.
The staff providing the care and compassion to our families, that's what makes us, a community, and, to give back any way that we can, providing that sense of comfort and nurture for our families is what we do.
That was inspiring.
And I would also add, you might not be able to see Tom's desk or his notes as we're talking. He read too. There are a couple of pages at least, and I'm sure there are oodles behind those, the stories that y'all have no doubt.
We ran out of paper, too.
So we will do our very best to honor what you've shared with us as we share this podcast with our listening audience. And, I think if people are made aware of ways to give, there are a lot of good people out there that want to do things like this. And so we'll also be sure to highlight the many ways that they can be involved, both financially and with their time and their energy. So thank you again, Vat. We would love for you to hang out for just another couple of minutes with us.
It's time for the
Military Minute. Woo! I know, it's an endearing little game that we like to play. And so I will refresh our audience on the Military Minute question from last week. If you recall, we had a guest on from Wreaths Across America. So last week's question was, what year did the U.S. Congress unanimously vote to approve Wreaths Across America Day? Like a drum roll.
Maybe Vat knows the answer.
Do you know that?
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't know I was going to be quizzed on.
Tom didn't tell you that part? That's typical Tom. He didn't tell you that. So I wouldn't know either, except it's right here in front of me, and it was December 13th of 2008. So hopefully one of our listeners posted that answer on our last podcast drop, and watch for your name to be announced as the winner. I'll tell you what you won in just a minute. And this week's Military Minute topic is, of course, all about Fisher House. And if you were a very careful listener today, you might have actually heard the answer. So Tom tried to make it easy on you.
You want me to tell you what it is?
No, I don't. They need to either have paid attention or they need to listen again.
So I guess they'll have to listen again?
Listen again? Are you implying that they don't pay attention?
No, Vat's on. They're paying attention to Vat.
I pay attention to Vat in my part. So this week's Military Minute is, how many Fisher Houses are there? You don't get an answer, Vat. You already told us. But so
does that count the ones that you talked about that are in motion?
we'll say how many are actually open operational today. We heard that number today. The last thing I have to say is
Oh, yeah, about the charity.
Yes, for those that will be announced as winners for last week's, you will win $50 for you and $50 to a charity of your choice. When you post your answer to our Fisher House question today, you will also be eligible potentially to win the same. So
Fantastic.
shall we say vote early and often, I guess.
I know. We love the charity of your choice.
And I know just the place to donate the money to.
Yeah, well, this is published, Vat, just to share the good news across the entire globe, okay, about the great things you said about this. So if you enjoyed today's episode like Jodi and Tom did, go out to afbank.com and subscribe to the show. Also, make sure to rate us. Leave us a comment, even if it's negative, about Jodi on your favorite podcast platform, such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify. And guess what, Vat? We are now on YouTube.
Nice.
We're a global phenom.
Tom fancies himself a celebrity.
That's awesome. That's amazing. I can't wait to share that.
Well, we'll do a video next time. We'll do it for TikTok with you. Okay, is that okay?
No, I'm out.
I'm out too. I have too much out there.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you again, Vat.
Thank you
Well
Vat,
done.
so much.
Thank you so much, Tom and Jodi, for having me. And I hope everyone has a wonderful and safe holiday this season.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Copyright 2022 Armed Forces Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All non-Armed Forces Bank owned apps, websites, company names, and product names are trademarks or registered trademarks of their respective owners. Their mention does not imply any affiliation with or endorsement by Armed Forces Bank of them or their products and services. They are merely used as examples of the many available apps, companies, and websites that offer similar services. Before using any app or website, you should carefully review the terms of use, data collection, and privacy policy. Apps may have an initial cost or in-application purchase features. This information is general in nature and is not intended to be legal, tax, or financial advice. Although Armed Forces Bank believes this information to be accurate, it cannot ensure that it could change. Statements or opinions of individuals referenced herein are their own, not Armed Forces Bank. Consult an appropriate professional concerning your specific situation and respective governing bodies for applicable laws, such as IRS.gov for current tax law. Armed Forces Bank, the Armed Forces Bank logo, and the Militarily Speaking logo are registered trademarks of Armed Forces Bank.